Belgian humanitarian aid worker Olivier van der Kasteel is free after a prisoner exchange takes place with Iran.
2 people were killed and a further 23 injured, including children, when a missile struck a clinic in the Ukrainian city of Dnipro.
Serbia calls on NATO troops to guarantee security inside Kosovo after clashes on Friday injured more than a dozen people.
After 455 days of detention in Iran, Belgian humanitarian worker Olivier van der Kasteel is finally free. He was imprisoned in Tehran in February last year on charges of espionage, where he was sentenced to 40 years in jail with 74 lashes. The announcement was made by the Prime Minister of Belgium, who says that van der Kasteel was taken to Amman, where a team of Belgian soldiers and diplomats took care of him.
Pour moi, le choix a toujours été clair. La vie d'Olivier a toujours primé. C'est une responsabilité que je prends sur moi, que j'assume. Nous n'abandonnons en Belgique personne, encore moins un innocent.
According to the Iranian government, a prisoner exchange has taken place between Belgium and Iran. Tehran confirmed that there was a swap involving van der Kasteel and an Iranian diplomat called Asadullah Assadi, who's been convicted of terrorism in Belgium. The news will come as a relief to van der Kasteel's friends and family, who were concerned about his well-being and deteriorating health.
At least 2 people have been killed and 23 injured in an apparent Russian missile strike on a medical clinic in the Ukrainian city of Dnipro. 2 children were among the wounded. Local officials said one of those who died was a 69-year-old man. Several buildings were heavily damaged in the attack, which caused fires over a wide area. Russia has stepped up airstrikes across Ukraine in recent weeks as Kyiv prepares its forces for a counter-offensive. Ukrainian air defences said they repelled multiple attempted missile and drone strikes. Russia's also seen an increase in air attacks, which it blames on Ukraine. The mayor of the border city of Krasnodar said a residential building and an office were damaged after being targeted by drones. There were no reports of injuries. Elsewhere, Russian authorities said areas of the Belgorod region came under artillery fire from Ukrainian forces.
Serbian border troops are on high alert following clashes in Kosovo that injured more than a dozen people. On Friday, ethnic Serbs in northern Kosovo had tried to block newly elected ethnic Albanian officials from entering municipal buildings. Serbia's defense minister called on NATO-led peacekeepers to stop the violence.
Bio naravno u kontaktu sa KFOR-om i očekujemo da KFOR bude daleko više angažovaniji na terenu, da garantuje bezbednost, slobodu, ljudska prava svim građanima koji žive na teritoriji pokrajine, da se to ne deli da li su Srbi ili Albanci ili neka druga nacija.
During Friday's clashes, police fired tear gas to disperse the crowd and let the new officials into the offices. Last month's snap election was largely boycotted by ethnic Serbs, and only ethnic Albanian or smaller minority representatives were elected to the assembly and mayoral posts.
Recep Tayyip Erdogan has closed his Turkish presidential campaign at a rally in Istanbul in front of thousands of supporters. He goes into Sunday's runoff poll as favourite, despite anger in the south over his handling of the aftermath of the disastrous earthquake in February. In the first round, the moderate Islamist president took 49.5% of the votes. But since then, he's managed to attract the backing of nationalist Sinan Oğan, who obtained 5% of the votes. Observers say he should be on track for victory over rival Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu and a second term. His Social Democrat opponent is backed by varied coalition partners. Recently, he's played the nationalist card, pledging to repatriate around 3.5 million Syrian refugees. As well as the earthquake, Sunday's poll takes place against the backdrop of a country battered by an economic crisis with its currency in tatters. Erdogan has been in power for 20 years, but he still has huge popular pull.